Y'all all right? Good. If not, let's get better. This is your man Jazz Man here with the New
Brands with
Legacy
Nasdaq.
Youth Development presentation. I tell you, I love the work that I do, and I'm glad to be able to share it with you. It is a great honor and a privilege to have put this program together, and I wanted to let the people know just what that is about, and so that we can all have the best information to make the best decision once this goes into effect. I really appreciate y'all for joining me this
And I'm
morning
glad to be able to share it with you. Um,
and I just want to make sure that we all, know that we have to do our part to, develop our youth to be the best that they can be. I've been, working with a lot of people and talking with a lot of folks, and this is one of those initiatives that, is universal. It's one of those things uh, that we all can work on to help in our communities to do it today. To develop the youth to be the best they can be. Um, I value this. This is something that my father and was definitely a big advocate about. Helping the youth and making sure that they have all the uh, all the things they need to do to be the best them, the best support system, especially when you have, what they call the urban communities who may, have more, um, who may need just a little bit, there's some extra volunteerism, some extra, just extra, the extra community help to get things done and to make sure that, you know, life is good for those. So I'm gonna start off with the mission statement of the New Legacy Group LLC. All right, the mission statement of the New Legacy Group LLC is to bring together people of all cultures and backgrounds to educate, appreciate, and empower them to produce creative content, increase internal assets and revenues, to develop human resources, and also to build strong networks. This results in a positive and healthy overall living environment. Our commitment to building these platforms and implementing programs for the next generation will be invaluable to the success of our company. To develop the fresh leaders in the arts, fashion, sports, real estate, New Legacy will provide tools for those who are looking to build their own new legacy. Legacy. What is your legacy? What do you want to be left? What do you want to be known for? What do you want to be left behind? What do you want people to understand about you, or what do you want people to remember you by? What do you want people to remember you by? So, the New Legacy Youth Development and Advancement Program is going to be a centerpiece of what we do. And the one thing we want to do is make sure we empower our youth through leadership development, financial literacy, and health, wellness, and fitness. How does that look? Now, we understand that everybody has their own, way of dealing with money and trying to make sure that they do the things they need to do to provide for themselves and their families, and sometimes we need a little help. How can we how can we better use our money to let it work for us instead of us working for it? Sometimes you need some extra information. Even I need some information. That's why I wanted to put this program together because sometimes I need a little help, and so let me help those. Remember the ones that helped me, so that I can help those who may need it as well. So when we think about leadership development, there's some things in leadership that, like last night I was on a phone call and I was dealing with a phone bill, and so happened, when I was moving and everything, and money was, trying to get my place and everything, and I had to go, and some things had to be cut. We had to cut the budget, and one of those budgets was, unnecessary phone bill. So when everything gets back straightened out, I go to call and try to let's get this contract back together. Let's go back. Uh, let's go back and restore the original contract, which means I want the finance charges on the phone only $200 on the phone, $11 a month. I go ahead to, so now when I go and we get the contract together and when we get things back rolling, the phone is going and everything. And so when I go to pay the bill, I see this large charge about this. So I go to call these folks And I said, well, ma'am, I don't think you can help me at this moment. And I'm glad you did everything you can. Can you escalate this for me? Let me get somebody who can probably help me. And so I get this manager on the phone named Arthur. Arthur was not very good at his leadership role. Whenever you get upset on the phone, I know communication. I went to school and everything. I had a degree in business, and one of the things about communication is a sender and receiver. Now, if you ask me a question, that means you sent me some information. I'm receiving that information, and I'm going to respond back to that information. So if I'm responding to the information after you ask me a question and you cut me off and you're trying to tell, wait a minute, hold on, sir, wait a minute, you didn't even give me a chance to, hold on, let me restart the conversation. Maybe, I know I just got off work. I know it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning, but I want to get this straightened out. So what I'm going to do is, hold on, what's your name, sir? All right, Mr. Arthur, my name is Jasmine. Let's start this over. I'm gonna let you go ahead and explain because apparently, you try to insult my intelligence. So what I'm gonna do is instead of being all upset, let me restart this here conversation. Now he didn't take me through this whole rigmarole, talking about what he can't do and what he won't do and hold on, excuse me, sir. Let me get your manager. Let me get your manager. First of all, he didn't want to do the teamwork. Let's go around this here thing. He didn't want to use the teamwork to call his call his upline. Tell me there was nobody available. Okay. So I said, well, sir, I will wait on this line until you find me someone who's there. He didn't have no teamwork. My motivation for talking with him was depleted after his very rude and unnecessary comments. His rude and his customer service was off the hook. I felt that he was not competent enough to do his job. If you was able to do your job, I shouldn't be upset on the other line. I shouldn't have to argue with you about communication. I mean, hold on, I called about the phone bill. I ain't calling here to to talk about your communication skill. So your skills was off. You did not rectify the situation. That means I have to now, you know what, Arthur, you have a wonderful day. I'm gonna hang up this phone and call you right back. Because he told me there's nobody available. Okay, let's figure this out. So his responsibility to me as the customer was not, he did not take responsibility for any of the action. But again, the communication was off. Now the power is that I'm paying you my money. I have the knowledge and I have the understanding of the conversations that I have dates. I have, I had to record conversations and things like that. So that's the power. So what I had to do is call back and get some real support. The lady, she wasn't even in management. She done fixed the bill and made sure everything was back in place without a hitch. So that was to me the handoff and leadership. This young lady took her time and helped me out to restore me and remedy me back to the place where I was at prior to. So in leadership, sometimes you got to make sure you use your teamwork skills to motivate your team, to show that you're competent, to show that you got the skills, and you got to take responsibility for some things you do, and also use your communications. You got to communicate so that you show enough power to be able to show that you can support those who are most important to you. So this 10-week leadership and development course is going to cultivate confidence and also ethical leaders. This is a hands-on workshop and with role-playing activities, mentorship opportunities with community leaders, building teamwork, communication, and decision-making skills. This well planned out, very 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 thoroughly put together. The pillars of the success of this program are based on 4 things. I lead with integrity, take ownership of my actions, serve others with purpose, and honor my worth in every endeavor. Now, one thing we teach about is assets. What are assets? We have to understand the self value in everything we do, meaning that I bring value to every situation. If I go to a job, yes, you may already have a process, but my skill set, my abilities should not bring more an increase in the productivity. I want to be an asset to anything that I step into. I bring purpose, passion, and positivity everywhere I go. That is one of the 4 thoughts. You got to make sure that you bring the purpose wherever you go. What's your purpose of being here? What's your purpose of doing what you do? What's the passion in your heart? Is it positive? Is it helping somebody? Is it, is it uplifting? Also, we talk about integrity. One thing, I'm a John F. Kennedy, the eagle to the heart, and the eagle represents integrity, doing the right things when no one's looking. I live with integrity, honoring truth in every action I take. I'm a spiritual believer, and I believe that I worship the Lord in spirit and in truth. So I must use my integrity to and my moral values to speak the truth in every action that I take. Next is responsibility, and with responsibility there comes accountability. I take responsibility for my actions and learn from every choice. That's what I call is a lesson in the blessing. Sometimes we go through some things and there's a lesson, and at the end of that lesson, there's a blessing. Or maybe there's a blessing from the lesson that we learned. So we have to take a responsibility for the things that we can control and take accountability, and also make sure that we make the best choices that's going to lead us to success. Community. Now, one thing about community, we have to be of service to those in our community. Through service, I uplift others and strengthen my community. Whatever I do, I try. How you doing? You all right? Good. That strengthens the community because people don't know how it feels to be asked, how you doing? If you're not good, then you better get better. All right. So through service, I uplift others and strengthen my community. I want people to be stronger. I want people to be wiser. I want them to be able to call on whoever they call on to be the best them they can be. Next, financial literacy. As you have seen a few weeks ago, I put up an 8-week course. It's a 10-week course that an in-person course, but I did 8 weeks and made sure that I gave you some pertinent information because I want to manage my money wisely, make informed decisions, and build lasting financial independence. It is a wonderful thing to have financial independence where you don't have to ask certain folks for things. You got enough wherewithal to be able to take care of responsibilities on your own, such as right now. You know, I just had, I hit a deer the other day. I ain't even had my car a month. But during that time, I was very, very concerned. I had, the car my truck had went down, and I know, I was close to the end. It was on his last leg. I was riding to the wheel fall off. But now, when I go and get this new car, now in the haste of this decision that I made, because I wanted to make sure that I did not, everything didn't break down. Because without the car, I couldn't get to work. I couldn't, do certain things. So I had to make a hasty decision and got into a finance. Um, got into a car, got a finance and everything. And as I looked at it after a while, I said, "Well, this don't sound right." And and at that time I wasn't in my tax bracket that I am at now. So ended up making, it was a bad deal. I was trying to find, it was a loophole that I was, about the deal. But all of a sudden, finally followed the rules and got my full cover insurance. As soon as I get the full cover insurance, that a deer come out of nowhere early in the morning and tears up and totals the whole car. So the financial decision that I made, I was mustering over. God made a way for it to all work out the way it's supposed to. So I want to make sure I manage my money wisely, make informed decisions, and build lasting financial independence. So that car would have kept me locked in for about 5 years. For 2016, that ain't no good informed decision. That wouldn't build lasting financial independence because I would have been independently, dedicated to them for $500 a month, plus insurance and maintenance. So however God works, you better make sure you listen to him and make sure you manage your money wisely and make informed decisions and build your lasting financial independence. Okay, so that's what we're teaching that there. This 10-week financial literacy course will empower students with financial life skills, budgeting and money management, saving and investing, credit, education, building generational wealth and financial independence. What does that mean? Meaning that, let's just say, for instance, there's some folks out here who have worked so hard that they can financially say, I want to go on vacation this weekend and just get up and go. They're financially independent. They don't have to make no plans. They have to save no money. They got it right in the bank account. They can go ahead and spend that money to be able to be financially independent. And also building generational wealth, being able to pass that money on to their their lineage. Pass it on down to generations to come. How many of us have it? What is your legacy? How do you pass that down? These are some of the things that we teach in those classes. Now, health, wellness, and fitness. Oh man, this is one of the greatest things ever because in order for you to spend your money, in order for you to lead somewhere, you got to have make sure you have a mental health straightened together. You got to have your physical health straightened together. You got to have your spiritual health straightened together. And also, you got to stay fit. I want to prioritize my body, my mind, and my spirit, creating balance and lasting health. I can't help nobody if I'm bent over sick. I can't help nobody if I'm over here, leg all broke, toenail all falling off, no, neck all broke, crooked over. So I gotta make sure I prioritize my mind, my body, and my soul, creating a balance and long lasting health. How do we do this? How do we do holistic health? Promoting healthy lifestyle for mind, body, and soul. You know, on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock, I make sure I have my spiritual talk for the modern day so that I can make sure I stay and have a build a relationship with the Most High Father, the Creator. That way that I know that my spirit and I'm working in integrity, my morals and my values. Every time I walk out the door, God is with me. That way I can let my light shine and let God shine through me. Amen. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to preach on that right there. I didn't mean to get all, but promoting a healthy lifestyle for the mind, body, and the soul. Nutrition and healthy eating habits. I used to be one of them fast food eaters. I'm sitting around here. I'm getting love handles off of a McDonald's double cheeseburger with mac sauce. with a Burger King fry or Five Guy fry. And a steak and shake milkshake. So I was feeling, I ain't never, my average weight is about 165 in real tone and everything. But when you start seeing yourself, you got to love handles and you feel like you can't walk a mile. You walk down the stairs, you're out of breath and things of that nature. You want to make sure you're eating right, make sure your heart healthy, make sure the blood, is flowing, that cholesterol is down, the blood pressure's regulated. Oh man, in order to do that, you got to have some physical activity and fitness program. So sometimes when the weather breaks real good, like I did on the Sunday morning, I want to get up and make sure I get outside. And I usually do it in the house and things of that nature. But as the weather breaks, and we find a little, matter of fact, we're not maybe with that, but we find a space where we can meet up at the park and just work out and get your body together, get your mind together, get the music, let the music flow, have some fun with it. And you know what? Ain't nothing wrong with working out. You can do some seated workout. Some of y'all sitting there, I'll work out tomorrow. Man, you better go ahead and do some arm lifts and you better lift that knee up. you around here sliding. You got on flip flop and you slide in the flops. But anyway, you got to have some physical activity in your fitness program. Mental health awareness and stress management, because a lot of us, a lot of people want to go in that DSR and diagnose it and put labels on you when all you have to do is worry about getting some rest and managing your stress. You all upset and people think you're all mad and everything. When they call you talking about your mental health issues, but no, you just stressed the heck out. You just need to sit down for a minute and have some time for yourself. That way you can go ahead and be able to manage your health, your mental health, and also manage your stress. So a lot of these things are very important. So we're gonna be working with some partners to give that nutritional value and help show you about some healthy eating habits. I'm gonna show you some good basic workout. I'm gonna connect it with some folks who got some extreme workout, and also talk to you about some mental health. Like my brother Orion Jones. Oh, shout out to Orion Jones who be running for I believe he's running for one of the county commissioner or something like that in Findlay, Ohio. I hope and pray that you look at his platform and see if he can garner your vote. All right. So, with that being said, we look at the holistic health as it's just bringing balance to life. New Legacy is building a legacy together with those in the community. New Legacy is committed to preparing the next generation for success through leadership, financial literacy, and health, wellness, and fitness. Our motto is to be what we call the time method. We want to make sure that we teach you, we observe you, and we mentor you to be the best you can be. I hope and pray that this information finds you and it takes you to the point where you make the best decision, that when we come to you and say that this is the program that we have, you're able to make the best decision and say this is what we need in our community. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jazzman T. Brown. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the New Legacy Group, LLC. If you want to book or have more information, please look us up on Facebook at the New Legacy Group, LLC, or you can give us a call at 419-348-8797, or you can send us an email at newlegacygroup at AOL.com. Very shortly, within the next week or two, we will have our website up so that way you can see this information up close and personal. Once again, I hope you enjoy your day, new life, new legacy. Working hard to say yes we can, yes we will, and soon to say yes we did.